Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 3 of English 205. I'm going to walk you through what we are doing in class this week. This week is focusing on the writing process, specifically pre-writing and planning. First off, we're going to take a look at a bit of an overview, sort of a lecture here about this topic. Whether this course is a continuation of English at Hondros College of Nursing for you, or if you took Composition 1 at another institution, you should be familiar with the concept of the writing process, which includes the steps of pre-writing, drafting, and revising. During week 3, you will focus on the pre-writing and planning stage of the writing process for the upcoming problem solution essay. And here we have a little bit of an infographic illustrating the some steps of the writing process. Pre-writing is everything that you do in preparation for your first draft. You may even come back to it later on, between drafts, as you revise your work. There are 3 parts to pre-writing as we do it in this class. First of all, invention/idea generation, coming up with a thesis, and then finally an outline. Now, different people will have different approaches to the pre-writing and planning process. This is just the steps that we will follow in this class. Although they are often, if you ask anyone, these are 3 pretty common steps in the pre-writing and planning process. First of all, invention or idea generation. This can take many forms, and there's not really a right way to do it as long as you do it. Try different methods until you find one that works for you, and try new ones again from time to time as your writing style grows and develops. Here are some suggestions of things that you might like: free writing, clustering / making a word web, listing, doing journalist questions: who, what, where, when, why, how, doing a list of pros and cons, creating a Venn diagram, and there are lots more. If you're not familiar with any of these styles, a quick Google search will bring you lots of examples. Alternately, you can also just ask me. I'd be happy to find some examples for you. Once you have come up with some ideas, you'll generally start thinking about a thesis statement. Once you have a good topic and lots of ideas around it, decide exactly what you want your essay to be about. If the thesis is that one sentence that you want your reader to take away from the essay, if he or she remembers nothing else after finishing reading your work, what should it be? Make this as concise as possible. A good model for your thesis is topic plus statement. That is, name or identify your topic, and then say what you have to say about it, making some sort of claim. An example thesis statement could be, hedgehogs make great pets. Our topic here is hedgehogs, and what we have to say about them, our statement or our claim, is they make great pets. Finally, you'll take this thesis statement and all the ideas you came up with and organize them into an outline. The outline is the most important part of the writing process because it lets you make plans and decisions about your ideas before you spend time writing about them. Craft your outline before you start to draft, but don't be afraid to come back and adjust it or even throw it out and start completely anew as necessary. Good writing is never truly complete. There's always some room for improvement. And then here at the bottom of the page, you'll see our week 3 objectives. After completing this week's work, you should be able to do the following, which are practice the writing process, develop an effective thesis statement, employ an effective research plan, construct a detailed outline of the problem solution essay, identify and analyze a problem, and finally, recommend a solution. Here you'll find a list of our readings and resources for the week. As a reminder, these are correct APA style references. So if you need to cite any of these sources, you're welcome to just copy and paste them. There were, in week 2, Some of these things are repeats from week 2, but I want to point them out to you again. We have some APA style basics. We have the instructions for the problem solution essay. We have an example of the problem solution essay, as well as some extra info about APA and the writing process. Moving on now to our activities and assessments. Up first, we have the 3-1 McGraw-Hill Connect Module 3. I'm not going to go over the instructions for this here because at this point I'm guessing that you have a pretty good hang of these modules. Remember, you need to score 100% on the exercises in order to get credit. Unlike last week, week 2, with the power of process assignment, there shouldn't be anything in this module to really throw you off. It should feel pretty similar to week 1 in some aspects of week 2. Next, we have 3-2 pre-writing planning for the problem solution essay. There's a few things I want to point out here to you. Probably not going to read through all of these instructions right now, although you certainly should. I mostly want to highlight some important information. Here we have a link to the problem solution essay instructions. I would take a look at those again before beginning this pre-writing planning assignment. After that, you'll see here to complete this assignment, you'll need to submit one document using this template. And let me go ahead and download that so we can take a look at this. This is a pretty common issue I have experience with people completing this assignment. Make sure that you download and then write directly on this document. By write, I mean type, of course. So you will not do this in a separate document. Make sure that you are typing your answers directly on this template. And also, please do not make any changes to the template. So you see here, everything is nicely organized into sections. All the different prompts are numbered for you. So, when you're answering number 1, just come here, create a new space for yourself and then answer the question in the space below. For some reason, I've had people not number their answers, or they will go in and delete parts of the template. I'm not really sure why people have done that. So make sure you are not making any changes to this template. Everything stays nice and organized so that you don't lose any points. The first part of this, you're going to be answering some brainstorming questions. These 8 questions are worth 30 points. Down here in part 2, you're going to be coming up with an outline. And again, you're going to fill in the spaces here. And you'll see, please fill in all sections. You really shouldn't be skipping over any part of this outline. That's another easy way to lose points. Use complete sentences for the hook, thesis statement, and topic sentences, and concluding sentences. So first of all, we have the introduction. And then here you see a hook, 1 to 3 sentences. So you'll write your hook here. And what I'd like you to do is to actually write the hook that you plan on using. Don't describe what you're going to do as a hook. Instead, actually write the hook. Same thing here with your thesis statement. Don't describe what your thesis statement is going to say. Actually write out your thesis statement. Moving on to the body of the paper. And you'll see each section of the body also tells you what that section should be doing. So in the first part of your body, you should be defining and describing the problem. You're going to have a complete topic sentence. Again, write out the actual topic sentence that you plan on using. It doesn't have to be set in stone, but what I don't want you to do is to describe what you are going to say in the topic sentence. Instead, actually come up with a topic sentence. Here, under planned support, I'm fine with you just doing kind of like a bullet pointed list of some of these supporting points that you're going to make. And then under that, you're going to write out a complete concluding sentence. And basically, you'll just repeat that pattern for each section of the outline. So in body paragraph 2, you're going to be writing about the history of the problem. Next, you're going to analyze the problem, looking at the causes. And then here, so I didn't make this template, and this is something that has always kind of thrown me off. I don't know why this is labeled body paragraph 3. This is not labeled, and then this is labeled body paragraph 4. I think that's maybe giving you the option for this all to be one paragraph. So if you want to, you can write about your causes and effects in one paragraph. But honestly, my recommendation would be to split those up into different paragraphs. Have one paragraph about the causes, one paragraph about the effects. After that, in the next section, you're going to propose and evaluate a solution. Then you're going to talk about strategies to implement the solution. And then down here in your conclusion, you don't need to write out the full conclusion. Just make a summary of how you plan to conclude the paper. And then down at the bottom of this template, you'll see that you need to list a minimum of 4 sources that you plan on using in this paper, and that is worth 10 points. So having your references in APA style, that's worth 10 points. The outline is worth 60 points, and the brainstorming questions are worth 30 points. Again, make sure to type everything directly on the template. Don't make any changes to the template, and where appropriate, make sure to write in full sentences. That might be all that I need to point out here. As per usual, make sure you're submitting it as a Microsoft Word document. And we have the usual instructions here about submitting work. So I believe that is all that I need to go over here about that. I wanted to walk you through the template though, because that has thrown some people off in the past. That is what we were doing for week 3. If you have any questions or if you want me to clarify anything, let me know and I'd be happy to help.